Hi, I'm Jeff Clark from 5 Cents Coffee, and I'm going to explain how coffee gets from the farm to the cafe. The coffee bean is actually a seed from a fruit called a coffee. It grows on a shrub, and essentially once it ripens to a cherry kind of color, it is picked, and then it is then prepared to be sent out to the roasters. So in this preparation, it's actually a pretty in-depth process. Essentially what they need to try and do is remove the seed from the coffee cherry, but it's not as easy as it sounds. A typical way, the wash process, what they do here is hull the coffee, which is removing the outer layers, so the fruit and the skin, but it's still got this sticky mucilage layer. So what they do then is soak it in this fermentation tank, which helps break this down. Then the coffee needs to be dried. So they sit it out on these patios and dries it down to about 12% moisture. At this point, there's a little layer on the outside called parchment, which needs to be removed. That is removed to the dry mill. At this point, it is ready to be shipped over to roasters. So once it arrives at the roaster, it is the green bean. So it's got a green color and it is ready to be roasted. So they stick it in the roaster, and essentially the roasting process is just the cooking of the coffee. There's a whole range of ways you can do this. There's light roast, medium, dark. Essentially this is all just a spectrum of how cooked it is. Typically the darker the roast, it goes through some changes. It gradually gets more sweeter, but then it gets more bitter as well. So a lighter roast is typically a little bit more fruity, more acidic, potentially a little bit less sweet. The darker you go, as I said, the more bitter it will be. So once it's roasted, it's sent out to the cafe and it's ready to go in the cup.